as I tell you in all my videos, they always have suggested topics, which is part of what I've been saying. In their minds, and I think this is the biggest thing, and I've been saying this all along, but I will say it in this video. In their minds, they function off other people. They are the parasites of the world. They are the people who have to latch on to other people in order to, I don't know whether it's just to have ideas to get money, but I think it's more than just that. I think it's to feel something that they can't feel on their own. So I think part of it is it's emotional. So, they try to come up with guesses of what I would do a video about, and then they'll write a script so that they can latch on to what I would do a video about. So it's something emotional in them. And I think it's part of it is that they don't have true emotions. So by latching on to what other people are feeling, and that's part of what they're like, we're gonna make you feel what we're feeling. All they feel is anger. And they kept saying it. So they can't feel the way a regular person can feel. So they're concerned that you guys are going to be worried about my scarf and my outfit. Anybody who's listening to my videos are usually listening to it because they're going through it. Most of the comments are about that. So I think, again, here we are with what they feel versus what I think. And I think that's why we don't get along. So they said, aren't you afraid? That's what they're feeling. I have no fear at this point, because at this point they've exposed who they are. So that is part of how this helps me. It helps me because I get to see them. I get to hear them without being with them. So if I didn't hear what they were really like, I would probably think, oh, they're like everyone else. They aren't. Their emotions are not emotions. It's fear. It's anger. And when you live in a space of fear and anger all the time, this is what happens. They are violent. They changed the facts. They said, well, when did you become West Indian? We were always West Indian. We had relatives who had accents. We had relatives who went back and forth. Where were they? Where were you? You are liars. Why lie on people at this stage, at 49 years old? What took 49 years? So they said, well, we were kind of always, well, we went from you were definitely doing it to kind of always. That's what I'm going to title this. That's what they are, kind of always people. Kind of not really who they say they are. They say one thing, and now this is revealing the truth. So they're like, well, you're what you say you are. Exactly. That's the difference. I think, and they always say I like to quote things that I think are good. There's a philosopher, Rene Descartes, who said, I think, therefore I am. So when you're somebody like me who tends to think, dealing with people who are just based on rage and anger, it's difficult. I said in another video, it's like you're talking to a wall. They can't process what you're saying. So they keep saying, well, what about police shootings? My channel is not about police shootings. Of course, I don't want people to be shot by anyone, let alone, police. But my channel's not about that. Why can't they have their own thing? Why must these people act out in such rage and violence because I have my own thing? That's why. So they keep trying to change my process, my thought process, to react to their anger and their rage and their fear. That's it. It's fear. And that's part of my point in these videos. I'm dealing with people who are very fearful. I think they're fearful of women, fearful of people being more successful, fearful of reality. And that's why they created this way of violence against people. Now they claim they're seeing through my eyes. I'm telling you, folks, for a fact, I've dealt with these people long enough. They're not seeing through my eyes. They magnetize my fucking head because in their minds, they have to see through my eyes. What about their own eyes? They can't see. They're blind. They're blind to facts. They're blind to reality. They don't want me to be who I am. Why? Because once people see the true me, and it happens all the time, they say, oh, people dislike me. That's not true. Once people see the true me, they either like me for who I am, or they have a choice of disliking me. And that's the difference. People who live in a space of fear can't let their true selves out. I don't fear that. You have a right to dislike me. That's your freedom. I believe in free will. It's your freedom to like or dislike whatever you want, and I will not pretend to be someone I'm not to make you like me. They said, well, aren't you afraid? That's another thing. Aren't you afraid people won't buy anything for you? Aren't you afraid people will leave hateful comments? That isn't me. It never was. So when they're coming up, they said, please tell them that we corrected when we lied. Because they're afraid of the truth. That once you folks know that they are liars, you won't like them. Thank you for watching.